Can you describe the impact that this has had not just on your patients, but on you personally as a doctor, as a human being?
I would say that, we've been doing this for years, and Dr. Reynolds has been doing it a lot longer than I have. But in the 5 years I've been involved in the philanthropic work through our office, kind of like what we talked about earlier, you're able to give back to this community of people who wouldn't have gotten orthodontic treatment otherwise. And one of the main reasons most people go into orthodontics and become an orthodontist is because they love following these patients through their transformation, being a part of this life changing event in their lives, being able to give them more confidence in their smile, a better occlusion, better health for their teeth, better trajectory of their future. I mean, you give someone confidence and they can really conquer the world. And that's really what it's all about. And some people just don't have the means to do it. So at the end of the day, it's being able to provide that not just to the people who can afford it, but
Mhm.
also to the people who are less fortunate that wouldn't have been able to otherwise. And at the end of the day, we talk about this with our friends, family, everyone, and it's just it's about doing good for other people. And when you do good, you feel good, and everyone else can see that around you, and you impact not patients' lives, but you can impact a community.
If you're helping the people that truly need it, the really people who there's no other way that they can afford it, um, then there's a good chance the reason they can't afford it is that, you know, there are people in their lives that are less reliable. There are people in their lives that are less responsible. They may or may not have any role models whatsoever in their lives in many
Mhm.
instances. So if you're expecting them to behave like the the kid whose parents are both engineers, and like be at your office every appointment on time or be super reliable or all those things that might make you to the point where you don't qualify for Smiles Changes Lives or whatever, you're probably setting expectations that aren't going to be met. I would think that we should be one of those bright spots in their lives and have patience and have guidance, spend a little bit more time talking with them and asking them how they're doing. And is there, they want to come by the office sometime and help out in the summer and earn a few bucks or whatever
Mhm.
way that we can encourage them. Most of these kids are going to remember the people providing this treatment to them forever, right? Making the effort to make an important, memorable role model type example for them, I think is something we should all be focusing on
Mhm.
and not so much threatening to kick them out if they don't show up to their appointments on time and whatnot, because I think, yeah, and I mean, we have no idea what's going on in their life. But I think that the odds that some of the bad things, drugs and abuse and all that other stuff is probably coming in higher percentages in
Mhm.
that subset, in that bucket, you know?
Mhm.
So I think if there ever is a spot where you're going to have more patience and grace, you know, remembering that, put something in the chart that's not obvious to the patient, but obvious to you to remind them of who it is. And, spend an extra minute or two talking to them, be
Mhm.
an example, because they may not have many others, you know.
Mhm.
So, you
Mhm.
know, even though life as an orthodontist can be busy and stressful, it's pretty damn good, all things considered, So remembering the perspective there is probably important.